The issue here is, how do you decide in any particular matter what is fair and reasonable? And what I would suggest you do is that you find objective criteria and standards based on principle, not pressure. What kind of fair independent standards exist? Probably the most common fair independent standard that exists, that is utilized in negotiations, is market value. By the way, how many of you have heard or used the terms fair and reasonable in your negotiations? Right? Now, what do you perceive that to mean if the other side uses it? If they say, well, you should accept this. This is fair and reasonable.
What's their definition of fair and reasonable?
What's their definition of fair and reasonable? The fact of the matter is, if somebody says something is fair and reasonable, that tells me virtually nothing about what they're suggesting, because fair and reasonable is a conclusion. And what I want to know is, I want to know the basis on which they have reached that particular conclusion. So if they say it's fair and reasonable, my first question is, why? Why do you believe it's fair and reasonable? You want to settle this case for $25,000. You think it's fair and reasonable. Okay, I want to know why. I want to know what is the principled basis that somehow gives you or leads you to the conclusion that $25,000 is fair and reasonable. And what sort of market value analysis can we use to support our conclusion that any given settlement offer or deal in a transactional context is fair and reasonable?